We'll get started with our post-qualifying day one press conference, joined now by Fernando Alonso, driver of the number 66 McLaren Racing Chevrolet. Fernando, obviously a very long day for you and the team, but it's happened, and you're, I'm sure, looking forward to tomorrow and making the best of what you can in the last row qualifying session. What are your thoughts heading into Sunday?
Yeah, definitely. It has been a difficult day. Again, difficult week in general, but difficult day. On the run in the morning, maybe the conditions were not too bad. We thought that it was not a great number, but the things were moving quickly, and we went out around 1 o'clock. So I think the conditions were okay, but we have a rear puncture at that time. So we wait now until the afternoon to see the conditions, if they were a little bit cooler. And they did, so yeah, we took the chance, another 2 or 3 runs to improve. We slightly improved the average lap, but yeah, it was not enough to be in the top 30, unfortunately. So yeah, we need to try again tomorrow, and you know, now stay calm. Obviously, it's a difficult moment for everyone in the team and for me, but you know, it's not much we can do now. I think we try couple of runs in the afternoon, all 4 laps are flat out. It's not that you are lifting here and there. So, you know, the speed that we have is quite not enough, you know, to be in the top 30. So we will try to do something overnight, but as I said, there is not much we can find from one day to the next. But yeah, hopefully it's enough to be in the top 3 positions tomorrow of the 6.
Questions for Fernando? Yes, sir.
Fernando, it comes down to just one shot, 4 laps. How do you approach those 4 laps? Because it's going to determine whether you're in the race or not.
The same as today. I think today I approached like if, you know, they were the last 4 laps, you know, and you try to go in and, yeah, more or less you're happy with your run, but then when you see the times, it's not enough, obviously. So, yeah, not much we can do at the moment, you know, and tomorrow we try to do these 4 laps clean, no mistakes, try to be flat all 4. And then if it's enough to be in the top 3 of the 6, we take it, and, you know, we will try to do a good race. If it's not enough and we are 4th, 5th, or 6th, is what we deserve, you know. They were maybe 3 cars quicker than us, so, you know, nothing we can do more than that. Try to execute the run tomorrow the best we can, and same thing we did today. Stay calm, stay focused, and yeah, try to do a good job.
Yeah, Fernando, it's been been a very rough week and a very rough day today. Obviously, you're pretty tired. You kind of hopped out of the car and went running, but yet you still had time to sign autographs for the fans. Could you just talk about why you do that? Most people would have just kept going.
Well, I didn't sign all of them. You know, I stopped few, but you know, they are everywhere. You know, you open the motorhome, they are there. You out of the garage, they are there. You go in the bathroom, they are there. So, you know, sometimes you stop, sometimes you don't. But yeah, they are out of the emotions, you know, and out of the environment that you are in on that moment. You know, maybe you jump out of the car, but for them it's like you were walking there. You know, they didn't see you what you were doing the last 10 minutes, so it's not something that they can control. So you try to be nice with most of them, but I understand that a lot of them they are not happy at the end of the day. So you try to do the best way you can.
Well, Fernando, thank you for doing that for the fans, and thank you for joining us today. Appreciate it. We'll be joined very shortly by members of the Fast 9 shootout. And here are some of those drivers right now. Colton Herta driving the number 88 Guess Capstone Honda for Harding Steinbrenner Racing, and also Alexander Rossi in the number 27 Napa Auto Parts Honda for Andretti Autosport. Both of you making tomorrow's, weather permitting, Fast 9 shootout. Alex, you made a couple of qualifying attempts getting your way into the Fast 9 shootout. What did you get from the car today?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I think our first one was okay. Had a bit of an issue that we diagnosed and went a bit quicker to make sure we transferred to tomorrow. So good job to the whole team. And it's always a stressful day, and getting the turnaround done after a run and through tech and all that jazz. So the fact that we got to do 2 runs and even we're in line for a third is a testament to all the Napa Andretti boys. So yeah, we'll get our best shot tomorrow if the weather's on our side.
Colton, you've been showing speed all week really in practice, but did you feel like your car had the speed to be 5th going into tomorrow's Fast 9 shootout?
I knew we could probably make the Fast 9 if we did it perfect. I didn't think we were going to be 5th. I thought maybe 7th, 8th, 9th was more realistic. And yeah, it kind of blew my mind. We trimmed it on that last run and just kind of went for it. And yeah, the car was even a little better than it was on my first run.
Questions for Alex and Colton? Yes.
Alex, we talked after the first run. You said you pretty much knew why the car did what it did, and that you were sure you're going to come out and make a change. And did that change? Was that the problem? Was what it was? And do you wish you knew that for the first run? And how much further do you think you would have been up?
Oh, it's impossible to say. I mean, the guys in front of us are pretty fast. So yes, we diagnosed it and resolved it.
Yesterday, you wanted some more.
So yeah, of course you'd rather have it be the best car in the best conditions and the best time of the day. But yeah, ultimately it didn't matter because I don't think we were going to have anything for the top 6 anyways.
And because of the number of drivers we have joining us, I'm just going to keep continuing with questions as they walk in. Yes, Chris.
Alex, how much relief do you have knowing that you're not going to have to deal with going from all the way in the back if something happens tomorrow?
I'm glad we got that box out of the way last year. By no means does that mean it couldn't happen again this year, as we've obviously seen. So I'm very grateful to be in a comfortable position and have the privilege of going for the Fast 9 and have to deal with a positive kind of stress, if that makes sense, of trying to have a good starting position versus the stress of getting in the show. So again, as I said, hats off to the whole Andretti Autosport organization for giving us the cars to go out there and do it.
Ed, can you talk a little bit about your team? I'm sure you're very proud of what all the drivers have done, including yourself, all being in the top 9. And are there any team orders for tomorrow for the pole?
If there were team orders, I would have been first today. The team does a nice job, and Chevrolet's done a great job as well, but I think all 3 of our cars are fast. They've all been fast all week. It's been hard. Ed's been quick a lot of the time. We've all felt like we've had a quick car, so happy that we're all in the position we are in the top 9. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I know Spencer's hoping it rains. I think the rest of us are hoping it doesn't rain so we can try to beat him. So no, there are no team orders.
Other questions? Yes, Bruce.
Alex, at the time that you went out for your second attempt, it was still pretty hot. Was there any thought given to going around maybe 5:30?
There was, but as we saw, I mean, I was in line at 4:25 and didn't get a shot to go again. So we knew that the lanes wouldn't stay clear for very long, and track temp was really irrelevant. We had to go try and get another run in. So it was the right call to make. And honestly, I don't think the track temp was that big of a deal. I think the wind was challenging, but I think the track grip is pretty high, and the car seemed to be able to deal with a lot of inclement changes, maybe better than before. So I guess that's a positive.
Any other questions for Alex or Colton?
Did you get asked a
Thank
question,
you.
Cole?
Gentlemen, thank you. Appreciate your time. Spencer, quickly, sitting P1 right now, obviously that time doesn't mean all that much heading into tomorrow's Fast 9 shootout, but should, as I've mentioned, if weather comes into the picture, you could be sitting very pretty heading into next Sunday's race. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel great. Obviously, it's great to be on top of the speed charts, and also to have all 3 of our Ed Carpenter racing cars in the Fast 9 for the second year in a row. Just a testament to all the work everyone does in the shop throughout the offseason and leading into this race. Chevrolet obviously has done a great job, as Ed said, and you know, we obviously have 3 really quick cars. So if we have to qualify again for starting positions tomorrow, that's that's cool. You know, we love driving these cars on the edge, and that's what we get to do in qualifying at Indy. So obviously, if I had to pick one way or the other, it'd be nice to just kind of relax and not have to go again and be on pole. But if we get to go again, I've got all the confidence in the world that we're going to be able to challenge for the pole.
So a very rare day where maybe you might be praying for rain tonight, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
We'll forgive you this time. We'll forgive you this time. And Ed Jones, quickly, again, a great performance from you today. I know that you've been speaking volumes about the efforts of the team behind you as you prepare for the race, but do you feel like you also have a shot at pole going into tomorrow?
Yeah, as Spencer said and Ed said, it's great to have all 3 cars up there showing speed the whole week. For sure, I think we quite optimized today with the run, and I think if we get the possibility tomorrow where everyone runs at a similar time and conditions are very similar, I think it'll be a different story, and I'm kind of hoping for that. So we know we have a fast car, and just want to get another opportunity to show that and fight for the pole tomorrow.
Also joined by Pippa Mann. Pippa, unfortunately last year we did see you in here in a very different circumstance. We're very happy to see you here with a solid spot heading into the race next Sunday. How much of a relief is this for you compared to how you felt last year?
So I think the big thing for us is that the Clausen Marshall Racing Driven to Save Lives Chevrolet has actually been pretty good all week long. We felt we were going to slot in somewhere between 23rd and 26th-ish today, which happened. And then we kind of miscalculated how much better the track conditions were going to get at the end of the day. And by the time we realized how much better they were and how much quicker we'd have been able to run, there were too many cars in the line to pull our time to go. So I literally had to sit there sweating it out. And all that was going through my head was, not again. Please, not again. Please, not again.
Absolutely. We'll open up for questions. Yes, Bruce.
Ed, when you started this team, it was kind of a small. When you started this team, it was kind of a small team. It was a family-owned team in many ways. Started off small. Now you've built it into like the team of speed at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Indy 500. Just how did you get to this point, and how proud are you of what you've been able to put together?
I mean, it really has just been a constant process. You know, Derek Walker helped us kind of lay the foundations for the team that first year, and the key players in the team from Tim Broyles, Matt Barnes, Brett Schmidt, many others that have been there with us from the very beginning. Should throw in Colleen as well. And Bree wasn't there from the beginning, but it's her birthday today, so happy birthday. You know, we've been able to add quality people, and I think have established a good culture and have a group that likes working together and is committed to the same thing. And we've had a great partner in Chevrolet, which also helps. And we just try to get better every year.
And Ed Jones has quietly come in here and gone fast since the week began. How would you assess his effort?
He's done a great job. You know, I think Ed's shown here in the past that he knows what to do and be successful here. What you finished third your rookie year? Yeah. Yeah, so he knows how to get the job done.
Wolfgang?
Question for you, Pippa. Depending, of course, of sponsorship and funding, is there a realistic possibility you can do more races with the team?
At the moment, this is an Indianapolis 500 only effort for Clausen Marshall Racing. Tim Clausen actually approached me in the suite on race day last year when I should have been in the car and wasn't, and told me this was something he wanted to do. And it's taken us a year of work to get this far. So right now, this is just one race for now, but I'm really very honored that Tim chose me to come drive his car at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the first time, following in Brian's footsteps. It means a huge amount to me. I'm an odd choice to a lot of people because I'm not a dirt racer. I'm a road racer who's joined a dirt racing team. But the Clausen family and the Marshall family have kind of become like family to me over the past few years. So this has been an incredibly cool experience, and I am so glad this ended this way today. For me? I go back to work as a performance driving coach. I'm working 24 out of 30 days in June to try and make up for taking 6 weeks off work to come play at the Indianapolis 500.
Any other questions for the Ed Carpenter Racing Group? Yes, Bruce.
Ed, as a loyal member of the IndyCar Series, when a team like McLaren comes in here and discovers how tough it is to make the race, I mean, in a lot of ways, what does that say for the strength of the series?
I think that part is obvious. You know, the quality of teams, drivers from top to bottom in the series, I think, is world class. You know, you just have to look back to last year at the types of drivers and teams that were not on the show, and even today, you know, you look at who is fighting for that top 30 and in and out. You know, it's not easy, and I don't think they expected it to be easy. But yeah, I think it's a world-class field. I think it's not just drivers here that would tell you that. I think there's enough respect around the motorsports industry for the talent that's here.
Ed Carpenter Racing Group, thank you very much for joining us. We'll welcome in Sebastien Bourdais and any other drivers that happen to wait behind the door right now. Sebastien Bourdais driving the number 18 Sealmaster Honda for Dale Coyne Racing with Vassar Sullivan, securing the final spot in the Fast 9 shootout tomorrow. Sebastien, later as the runs were continuing on, and especially as cars continued to join lane 1, were you ever nervous that you might get bumped out of the Fast 9?
Yeah, right after the attempt. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I mean, I screwed up, and yeah, I really didn't think that was gonna stick. The the Sealmaster Honda number 18 was perfect. There was no other way to put it. We didn't take a chance on trimming too much. I was very comfortable with my last attempt last night. Thanks, bud. And well, yesterday afternoon, and we didn't change a thing. We just polished it and didn't do the practice. Just went out and tried to execute, and I didn't. So yeah, it was a little sad, but thankfully the consequence was not too great, and we made it. So very happy for the guys.
Any other questions for Pippa Mann before we introduce our Team Penske drivers? Pippa, congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We welcome in Simon Pagenaud, driver of the number 22 Menard Chevrolet for Team Penske, who currently had made it into the Fast 9, securing the 3rd spot. Simon, it seemed like you and your teammates had incredible speed. Can you tell us a little bit about the strength of Team Penske, especially considering the contingent that makes up the Fast 9 right now?
Yeah, well, I just got caked. I just wanted to say that. Josef just caked me for my birthday, so it's my birthday today. I didn't do anything. So yeah. Oh yeah, nice. So I had to change. That's why we're late. I'm sorry. Well, what a day! You know, it's probably the most intense day in racing, really. You know, you do your run, you wait, you see people struggling, and you wonder how it's going to be at the end of the day with speed. So obviously, at the end of the day, usually speed comes back. But I tell you what, today's for us at Team Penske is a testament to the amazing job that the guys do. The preparation that goes into this race is incredible. Obviously, number one priority is Indianapolis. Roger is really excited about pole position day and also about the race. So number one goal is to win. Coming here, and they've done the team's done a great job just preparing the cars, making sure that all 3-4 cars are exactly the same. That was the biggest thing, and as you can see, all 3 of us are stacked with the same lap time. It's pretty amazing. So yeah, we'll see what we can do tomorrow. I really think we have a shot for pole. Team Penske cars are fast. Chevy's been tremendous also, giving us the horsepower for this kind of track. So I'm excited. We'll see what we can do tomorrow.
Joined also by Josef Newgarden, driving the number 2 Shell V-powered Nitro Plus Chevrolet for Team Penske. Josef, you've had strong qualifying runs here at Indianapolis before, but what does it mean to you to have the chance to go for pole tomorrow?
Well, it's a great opportunity. Hopefully we get that in. I know the weather's been hit or miss, but I think it's clearing up from what I saw. I think it'd be great for the show. You know, it's really going to be a tense time tomorrow during that, whatever it is, an hour-and-a-half slot to see the last row try and get into the field, and then the Fast 9 try and go for the pole. So I hope that happens. I think we've got a great car to do it. You know, the Shell V-Power Chevrolet it's been fast since we showed up. I feel good about it. You know, today was a matter of when you ran, what type of wind you had, what type of track temperature. So it was a big timing game today. But I think overall our car's quick, and we'll be able to maybe go for the ultimate top spot tomorrow. So we'll see what we got. But these guys have been working great. You know, we have the best of the best. You feel privileged to work at Team Penske and get to work with the drivers that we have and all the engineers and mechanics. I mean, we just have the best of the best. So it's real cool to be here again this year.
Joined also next to you by Will Power, driver of the number 12 Verizon Team Penske Chevrolet. Will, we were hearing from Spencer Pigot earlier, who said that he, just this one time, might be hoping for some rain tomorrow. What are your thoughts on the situation, knowing that if it does, you have a front row start, but if it doesn't, you have a shot at pole?
I mean, either way, it's good, but it's definitely a place that I want to be on pole. It's the one thing, one place I probably haven't been on pole. So I would love to have a shot tomorrow. I feel like there's about 5 guys that actually have the car to do it. So like Josef said, it's going to be about the wind, the gust. It's kind of the track's probably going to pick the pole position. Which will be exciting for the fans. So I look forward to it. I really hope I have a shot.
Can I ask how big of a difference, like at any other racetrack, Will, how big of a difference is first versus second starting position versus here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
I've been on the front row here so many times, and I've been second, I've been third, second, third. It's just, I just want one time when I'm first. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously a big deal to be on pole here. The rest doesn't matter. If you can just start in that really first 2 rows, it's great. Even the first 3 rows. So, it's either first and who cares about the rest, basically. And a front row start is kind of cool. But pole is way better.
It is way better.
Really?
Questions, yes. Wolfgang, and then Mary.
Question for you, Simon. First of all, congratulations for the birthday. You said you have a real chance for the shot tomorrow for the pool. Will you do together with your engineers significant changes to the car to make it even quicker?
Yes. Well, the car was pretty much amazing today already, but there's a few things we can do to go a little quicker. And tomorrow, obviously, the risk versus reward is very different. So, I really feel like we have a chance for it. So we should really try to put everything together and try have a shot. But I'm sure my teammates will be doing the same, and the Carpenter cars look fast too. So it's going to be an exciting day for you guys tomorrow, I think. And conditions are going to be quite different. So we'll see what happens. But I believe the Chevy Menard can be on top.
It'll help Jones. I think Jones will have a quick spot.
Will, you've won so many poles in so many places, and I don't know how similar the conditions will be tomorrow. Your teammates are so close to you to challenge. I'm just wondering if you feel that there was still more in your car that you might be able to apply tomorrow to get that pole.
It's not real. I mean, it's there. There's really nothing I will change. I mean, we'll look at the condition, but honestly, there's not, like when I look at that run, it's about as good as you get. As far as consistency, obviously you need a little bit more speed on the first lap, which with the shifting strategy I could probably help that tiny bit. But yeah, it's going to be the luck of the draw, kind of when you run and how the wind is. I really think that. But I don't know why it takes so long at this place to do something like win it or get pole. But I hope I do. I hope I do it one time. That would be cool.
Bruce.
For the 3 Team Penske drivers, you drive for the signature team of the series, the most successful team in IndyCar history. How proud are you of the IndyCar Series teams that a team like McLaren has come in here and rather than easily make the race, they're finding out just how difficult the competition is in this series?
Well, I think it just shows you have to respect this place. And that's no knock to anybody. I think when you come here, you learn that you've got to respect the place for what it is, and it's a very difficult track. It's a difficult series. There's a high level of competition here, and I think no one in this series doubts that. And for sure, when we get incredible talent from other places in the world, such as McLaren and a guy like Fernando Alonso, I think that just helps bolsters that message. So look, it's an honor to have those guys here. I think it's an honor for them to be here, competing in the event, and I think it just shows the difficulty of it. It's a very difficult place to get right. It's a proving ground for motorsports, and you've got to be on it 100% of the time, and you can't miss any details. So if anything, that just, it speaks volumes to the Indianapolis 500 and what this place is all about. And, it's a privilege to be a part of it and to hopefully make it in the show. It's a huge deal for anybody.
That's right, Bruce, what he said. But, no, seriously, it is, let me expand on that.
No, please.
It's actually just showcases the standard of teams, the standard of drivers that is in this series. And like Josef said, it's a tough place here. It's just amazing how far you get set back if you have an accident or something. It sets the team back, then you're on the back foot, and it all comes up quickly. You think you got a heap of time, and suddenly, you're looking at the race next week, and you don't actually have that much practice time. Same with qualifying. So, I like to get it out there to Europe that this is such a tough series, not just here on the oval, but in every respect on road courses everywhere. And I really, really hope at some point Fernando does a road course race. I think he'd love it.
Well, I think it's honestly amazing to have McLaren come, and Fernando being here, I think is fantastic for the sport. I think it's amazing to have such a legendary team come and have honestly the guts to do it. It's, hats off to them for wanting to do the event and be part of it. I think, a lot of teams wouldn't do it. So I'm very impressed with that. And I think, it's, again, it shows that this place is really tough. James was on pole 1 year and he's struggling this year. So, racing is tough in general. And there's a lot of details that is really only happens here in terms of rules and how to run the car on an oval trim. It's quite a bit different than road course setups. So, there's obviously a lot to it, and really glad to have McLaren here. They're learning, and hopefully they'll become full-time in the future to continue their leap over here in the U.S.
Other questions? Yes, Nate.
Will, you said you think there's about 5 guys who could win the pole. Are all those guys Chevrolet drivers, do you think?
Yes. Yeah, well, actually, Herta looks like he could be Herta and Rossi. Or is it Rossi? Which one? But, yeah, I mean, maybe one of those Hondas will sneak up there. But to me, it's the Carpenter cars and the Penske cars that are, for sure, like, very close. Very, very close. It's going to be I think it'll be great for the fans, because there's really no guessing who'll get it. But it will be Ed Carpenter, so no.
Question pour Sébastien en français. Comment tu te sens, Sébastien? 9e place en ce moment. Est-ce que tu te croises les doigts pour qu'il n'y ait pas de pluie demain pour avoir une chance à la première place?
Non, je pense que on veut tous qu'il y ait un Fast 9 et qu'on puisse produire du spectacle pour ceux qui viennent et pour ceux qui regardent à la télé. Donc après, on verra quelles seront les conditions. On peut pas contrôler la météo, donc on va juste se concentrer, nous, à se préparer le mieux possible. Et puis j'espère qu'on pourra avoir un beau run demain si on en a l'opportunité.
Simon, bonne fête en passant. Joyeux anniversaire, Simon.
Merci.
Et toi, comme cadeau de fête, 3e place, possiblement, s'il y a de la pluie. Est-ce que tu es satisfait? Pour l'instant, ton mois de mai, il va quand même très bien, on peut dire. C'est quoi ton analyse de ta performance aujourd'hui en qualification?
La performance était bonne. Je pense qu'on a extrait un maximum de la voiture aujourd'hui avec les conditions. J'aimerais bien qu'on essaye demain parce que je pense qu'on a l'opportunité d'aller chercher la pole. La voiture est suffisamment rapide. Chevrolet a fait un boulot fantastique pour les 500 miles. Donc, j'aimerais bien pouvoir au moins essayer et voir ce que ça peut donner dans les conditions pour le Fast 9. Maintenant, on verra. On peut pas commander la météo. Donc, si ça se fait, ça se fait. Sinon, on sera 3e, ce sera très bien.
Sebastian's been with us for a while. Any last questions for Sebastien? Sebastien, thank you for joining us. Appreciate your time. Any other questions? Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Appreciate your time.